Hello, everyone. Welcome. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So a beginner's class. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, guys. As you guys know, this is our beginners class for beginning traders. All right, so for beginning traders. So welcome, everyone. Hey, Maria, welcome. Hey, Jim. Hey, Kawisi, welcome, guys. Welcome. I want to do something. I want to go back to support and resistance. And, you know, on our beginners class, we do spend a lot of time on support and resistance. And, you know, that is our foundation when we trade. All right. So I want to spend some time on that. But then I want to look at, we're going to go through some practice. All right. Some practice. And we'll go over support and resistance and then the four market phases. Okay, so welcome, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to share my screen here. All right, you guys should see my screen. It says support and resistance. All right, so support and resistance, the keys to your success. All right, and those of you who've, you know, been with us, right? You know, it's never, you know, we want to keep going through this. All right. If you guys notice on our other classes, we are always every time we analyze trades and opportunities in the markets, we always start with support and resistance. and we end with support and resistance. So it's important. All right. So it's important. So you guys should see my screen here. So support and resistance, the keys to your success. All right. So we'll go over support and resistance as we look at charts this evening. All right. And I want you guys to kind of help me, right, as we analyze the charts. All right. And this will help you guys quite a bit. All right. So support and resistance. And then while we do that, this evening, we'll follow the 4 market phases. All right. So the 4 market phases. If you guys don't have this, just take a picture of it. And I always tell traders, when you get a chance, print it and laminate it. So we're going to use support and resistance, and then we're going to follow the 4 market phases. All right, as we look at charts. All right. And I know, Maria, you did an excellent job, right? During your one-on-one coaching, you had some homework, and you did an amazing job, right? Setting up your support and resistance, and going through your 4 market phases. All right. Have you, are you continuing to work on that, Maria?
Every day.
Every day. Good job. Good job. So we'll see, right? When we go through these charts, we'll see how well you've been doing. All right. But guys, this is the key, right? So we start with support and resistance. Then the 4 market phases. Think of the 4 market phases as your roadmap. All right. So the 4 market phases that every trader must know. And if you guys are able to do this, right, follow this. And if you can do it with just a regular chart, right, like Maria did, that's the key. All right. That's the key. So we're going to start. And this is very informal class this evening. Okay. It's very informal. We're just going to look at charts. All right, look at charts. And I'm going to share my screen here. All right. So when we analyze charts, right, what we want to do is kind of isolate the noise. All right. So if we just look at a price chart like this, it's really hard to if you just look at it, especially for new traders, right, it's really hard to tell what the price is doing, but most importantly, where do we enter and when do we exit? All right. So the first thing we want to do is just find support areas and find resistance areas. All right. So that's your first thing. All right. So if we look here, and resistance is made when the price hits a high. Right. Now, some traders, we look at the week, the high of the week. Now, some traders will look at where the price closed, the close of the candle here. Okay. The close is good. All right. The close is good. The close of the candle is good because that's where price actually stopped. All right. And as you guys know, we need a minimum of 2 touches, right, to have resistance. So here is resistance here. And then here is support right here. All right. And then here is resistance here. All right. We'll call this resistance. It failed here. All right. So here we've got pretty good resistance. We can move it down a bit, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And then support, we would say support is about right about here is support. Okay. So resistance, support, resistance, support. All right. Same here. Resistance here. We're not going to count this. That failed. We're not going to count this. That failed. Okay. And then support, we would say right here, right about right in here is support. So resistance and then support here. All right. Price came down here. That's the markdown phase, right? Accumulation, right? So this is where we would wait for buyers to come in. Price broke resistance right here, big candle. We love these big candles here. Markup, all right? consolidate again, try to get a reaccumulation, but failed. All right, failed, broke support. This now becomes the markdown phase. Okay, the markdown phase. All right, just like here, markdown phase. All right, a little bit of consolidation in here. All right, not a lot. Support and resistance. Here is support down here. Here is resistance. We wait, we wait, we wait. Price broke resistance. We would have bought here. Markup phase. All right. And accumulation right here. Right. And now the price is looking to break resistance here again. All right. So that would be reaccumulation. All right. Hey, Russell, welcome. So markdown, accumulation. We have resistance and support. Markup, accumulation, price broke resist support. That's distribution. Markdown. We start all over again in new support and resistance. So we have to draw our lines. All right. Price broke resistance. So buyers are now coming in control of price. All right. Accumulation. Now price is breaking resistance here. Now remember, when we go through the 4 market phases, we're always going to buy on the break of resistance, and then we're going to sell on the break of support. So we would have bought here in a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. All right. And we want to buy on a break of resistance because the buyers are now in control. The price broke resistance. Right. We want to sell on a break of support because the price now broke support. Now the sellers are in control. All right. Same thing here, right? Accumulation, right? Buyers came in, broke resistance. We're going to buy on a break of resistance. Never really broke support. It held support. All right. So we would hold that trade. Now it looks like it's breaking resistance. Reaccumulation will continue to hold. Okay. So that's one example. I'm going to go through another example, and then I want you guys to help me go through some examples, okay? All right, so let's see here. This is a good one here. This is a challenging one. All right, so here we have resistance. Always draw your support and your resistance lines, okay? Here is support right here. So resistance, support. This is accumulation. Okay, so price broke resistance. We would have bought here. Okay, pull back. Okay, pull back. All right, came back. We call this the box. All right, came back in the box. Never broke support. So we would not have gotten out of that trade. Right? But it pulled back, right? Quite a bit, and then continued to move higher. Okay, continue to move higher. All right, so we would have bought here, continue to hold it. Here is support, resistance right here. All right, here is support, right? I would say right here is support. All right, all right. So this phase here is reaccumulation. So if we wanted to add more, we could have added to that position here. All right, so it's continuing to move higher. Then we know price doesn't go up forever. So at some point it's going to hit a high, consolidate again. Okay, broke support here, broke support. Now we would close that trade. Remember, we always sell, buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. Okay, so we would have closed this trade. This would have been our exit. All right, so we would have bought here on a break of resistance, sold here on a break of support. Support is here, and then resistance is here. All right, so we would have gotten out here. We could have added another position here, but then closed, we would have closed all our trades here when the price broke support. Okay, so this is the mark up phase. All right, markup phase. All right. And now we're getting into the markdown phase. When the price breaks support, that's the markdown phase. Hey, Taj, welcome. All right, that's the markdown phase. All right, markdown phase. All right, so now we're in the markdown phase, or we always have to draw a support and resistance lines. So this is the markdown phase. Mark up, mark down. All right, price consolidated in here. All right, so we have reaccumulation here. And now we've got, right, markdown, but now we've got distribution. So markdown, distribution. So this is also distribution, the distribution phase. All right, if the price breaks new support, right, that's new sellers coming into the market. All right, so price broke support here. Here is support, here is resistance. All right, so we've got new sellers entering into the market. All right, it's the reverse of accumulation. Think of reaccumulation. Reaccumulation, new buyers entering the market when the price breaks resistance. When the price breaks support, right, in that markdown phase, we got redistribution. So every time it breaks support, that's redistribution. Okay, redistribution. All right, so markdown phase, right, distribution, redistribution, all right, broke support, and now we've got new support and resistance lines, right, new support and resistance lines, resistance, support, accumulation or consolidation, broke support right here, new sellers are coming in. That's another redistribution. All right, so another redistribution right here. All right, now price is consolidating again. All right, and holding. All right, if it breaks resistance right here, all right, this becomes accumulation. All right, so if it breaks resistance, we can now buy. And now we start that, right, accumulation, and we go, right, start that movement, that 4 market phases all over again. If it breaks support, right, that's redistribution, and we continue to go lower. All right, so I'm going to have you guys help me go through this. All right, this is how we learn. So we're going to start with support and resistance. So make sure you guys have this chart here. All right, so make sure, hold on. And this is how we learn. So make sure you guys have this support and resistance. All right, the keys to your success. All right, so take a picture of it, or take a screenshot of it. All right, so support and resistance. We're going to go through it with the charts. All right, and then the 4 market phases. All right, so the 4 market phases right here: accumulation, markup, reaccumulation, distribution, phase 3, markdown, then redistribution. All right, so take a picture of that. All right, you guys gonna reference this, right? We don't want to guess. We want to reference this, and then we're gonna start all over again. All right, with the 4 market phases. So this time we've got the reaccumulation. Okay, so look here. All right, so accumulation. All right, accumulation, markup, reaccumulation, distribution, markdown, redistribution, and then we start all over again with accumulation. Okay, there's only 4. Okay, so after you guys do this, Maria just nailed it. She nailed it during her coaching. Just really nailed it. I shared her chart with everyone. All right. And she picked this up really, really quick. So you guys can pick it up really, really quick. Okay. And that's the key. That's the key to trading, right? Support and resistance, and then the 4 market phases. All right. So we want to get this as new traders. All right. But it takes a bit of practice. That's why I want to do this evening. I want to go through, all right, go through some of this. Okay. So I'm going to go through this and you guys just help me, right? Pretend that you guys are drawing out your charts, right? You're at your screen. This is your screen and you're trying to identify support and resistance first. All right. So we're going to go through this and we want to find support and resistance. Okay. Now remember, support and resistance, we want to find where those clusters are, where price is forming a floor for support and where price is forming a ceiling for resistance. And we need a minimum of 2 touches. Okay. All right. And then once we're done with identifying our support and resistance areas, then we can go now and look at where the 4 market phases, where do they line up within our chart. Okay. All right. So let's start. Okay. So I'm moving my cursor. Where is the first area of support and resistance you guys want to identify on this chart right here?
A straight line. Right there, but yeah, right there.
Okay.
Maybe just a little high. Yeah, there we go. Straight through.
You're thinking higher, Maria?
Just a wee. Like it touches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we go just a little higher.
Okay. Right
Yeah.
here? Right?
Yeah.
Right along here?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty good support. You guys see that here? You see where price is being held by the buyers right here? Okay. They're not letting the price move any lower. That's your flow. Okay. Very good. And then where is resistance, Marie, or anyone? Where do you guys think resistance is?
So where there's the 3 long red candles
Here?
to the left. Yep, right there.
Right here?
Yeah, maybe around there somewhere, all the way straight.
Okay. Oh, across here?
Yeah.
Okay, so across here. Am I going all the way across?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
around there. Yep.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. So we've got, remember, guys, support and resistance can be the same. Okay, so when we going up, when the price is going higher, that's resistance. But when it's coming down, that is that resistance becomes support. Okay, and we just want to find areas where price is kind of settling. So here, so good job, Maria. Here, right? Here, it failed here. All right, here, this is really good here. All right, here, it failed here. All right, and then this is where it broke, price broke resistance here. All right, this candle here broke. So this would have been our buy signal right here. And then this would be our accumulation phase. All right, and you notice how this is resistance, and then this is support, and you know where there's a battle, there's indecision in price. And our job is to just wait, draw those support and resistance lines, and now wait for the price to break convincingly. Okay, so all right, so we got our support and resistance here. Now anyone else? So now anyone else? Okay, so where would we buy? I think I gave you guys the answer already. But where would you enter the trade from here? Or would you enter?
You could take a buy right there, where that around where that X is.
Right here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we would enter here.
Mm-hmm.
And then what phase is this?
Markup phase.
The markup phase. So let's say we entered here, then what would we do from here?
Then you could find your next support and resistance.
And where is that?
I would say, the support would be where the red and the blue candle meet down.
Down here?
Yes, just because it touches two spots.
Right here. Does anyone agree or disagree? Anyone agree or disagree? Is this support here? Does anyone agree or disagree? Where is support? Where is support from here? Where is support and resistance? And you guys, if you're not sure, as far as you could look over here to see the price. So if you bring that price over, you could tell me what price, all right? Whether it's 680, 700, 660, 640, 740.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mm,
So where would resistance be? Let's find our resistance first.
I don't know if it's resistance or support, but I would say 695.
So 695 would bring us about right about here, Jim. Is that about, that's what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
And that is, you said resistance or support?
That's, I don't know. I don't know if that's resistance or support.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, but you're just identifying this as an area of consolidation. Okay. 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 Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay.
and then,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
I'll just be real quick, David. I'm coming in as Russell Brown, but it's Deborah Russell Brown. So,
Okay, hey, Deborah.
hey there. Yeah, so I think like Jim is saying, it looks like it can't break above like the 690, 695. So I guess that's the resistance, and then the floor or support is like at around 660. Would you say that?
660 down here. Down here would be support.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if you see that.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else want to give it a try? Okay, so so we know that this is not support, right? And why is this not support? Just eyeball. I want you guys to eyeball it, right? Eyeball the price, because that's what you will do when you're looking at a chart, just a pure chart. You're gonna have to just kind of look at it and then identify. And I wouldn't say you have to do it quickly, but there's gonna be a point when you want to do it quickly, right? If you don't have an automated process where it's joining your support and resistance lines quickly, all right, and you have to manually do it, okay, then it's going to take some time. So we want to get to the point where we're identifying those clusters, and what we want to find are those clusters where there's a buildup of price action. Okay, so we don't really have any buildup of price action right here. All right, we do have a buildup of price action in here. Okay, in here, not here, not here, in here. So let's do this. I'm going to clear this here. All right, so we know, right, support and resistance here. Over here is where we've got resistance here, and then we've got support. Oh, hold on. Right here. Right here. You see, guys, you see that build up right here?
Can you,
Right.
David, it's Deb again. Can you explain why it's not 660? It's really 670, 680.
Okay, because this here, this move right here is just a move down. right? There's no consolidation. We don't have a buildup. You see here, Deborah, where you see where you have a buildup here, right? You have several touches here. Here, we don't have that, right? At 660, we only have 2 candles here. That's not really support. Think of
Gotcha.
support as a floor, right? It's building a base, like here. You see how it's building a base here? Okay. Here we have a little bit of a base here. You see you have a little bit of a floor here. And then we
I
have
see
a,
it. I see
you
it.
see that now?
Yep.
And we have a little bit of a ceiling here. Not perfect support and resistance, but this, yeah, we wouldn't count this. All right. Now, if you wanted to, you could do here, right? But I would say here is perhaps your better support and resistance. Okay. This is not a perfect example here, but it works. Okay. So let's say here, accumulation, we would buy here. We've got support and resistance here. All right. Price broke support, resistance here. That would be the reaccumulation. Okay. On the way down, right? This area now comes support. Price broke support here. Oh, this is not a great example, but all right. So we would get out here. All right. Markdown phase here is where we would have support here. So you see here, this area right here would be support right in here. All right. Resistance would come about right here. All right. That's failed. Got pretty good support here. All right. Resistance here, and it failed here. All right. You guys see that? Now, do we have any support and resistance here? Do we have any support and resistance here? Can we identify any support and resistance here?
Might be a little bit of support at 700.
At 700. So here, 700.
I was thinking a little lower, and I hope I'm learning it right.
A little lower. Yeah, so there's more support here. All right. There's a resistance, I would say. This is a top chart here. I would bring it in here. All right. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect. Right. Right. And then you might get some support right in here. All right. Resistance becomes support. That's a tough one there. That was a tough one. All right. Let's go through. Let's find another one. Let's find an easier one. Oof. Okay. So where would we find support and resistance on this one? At what price? Look here, at what price? What price could we find support? Let's try support first. In the accumulation phase. The accumulation phase will always start at the bottom. We always want to look for accumulation at the bottom left, middle, or right of your chart. All right. And what we want to see is we want to see where price came down, right? It has settled, made a floor, right? Made a base, right? Accumulating. And then we want to see where price breaks resistance, where the buyers are coming in. Okay. So if it's not at the bottom of your chart, right? Look for another stock, another currency, or whatever you guys are trading, right? Always find the ones that have come down through that markdown phase. So you're not buying it at the high, you're buying it at the low, but now you're waiting for buyers to come in. You're not just randomly getting into the trade. You need buyers to come in after the selling is over. All right, so let's go through it. All right, so we know price fell, price came down. So where would your support be? At what price? Anyone? Where would your support be? As traders, we have to do this because otherwise we don't know where to buy, where we're going to buy, and then where we're going to sell. All right. So where would our support be? I'll help you guys out. Okay. So our support is going to be about right, let's say right here. That's our support right here. Where would our resistance be? So that's our support. At what price? So support would be down in here. Let's say that's about $15. Where would resistance be?
Maybe at like 21.
21. So 21 would be about right here. Also about right about here.
Yeah.
Right about here. Okay, good job. Okay, so support here. That's where they held, right? They held, the buyers held. Didn't have the price move any lower. Resistance is right here. This is where the sellers came in. All right. Sellers came in. We'll count it right here. All right. Good job. All right. So that's our accumulation phase. And guess, look what happened, right? When the buyers came in. The buyers finally came in, broke resistance. And look here, we got a big candle. You guys will find, this is why this is important. When you find those support and you notice, right? We weren't looking for where the buyers came in. We're just trying to identify where support and resistance is. And what you guys will notice, not 100% of the time, but a lot of times, you know, you'll notice that you'll get a lot of buy-in at those resistance levels. And vice versa, you'll get a lot of selling at those support areas. Okay. So big candle came in, we would have bought right here. Price broke resistance. All right. So this is the markup phase. Where is the next support and resistance? If you draw in your support and resistance lines, right? You will, the four market phases will kind of automatically fit in. You just see everything a lot clearer rather than trying to do your four market phases, right? And then do support and resistance. We don't want to do that. All right. So we want to bring in our support, find those areas, all right, of support and resistance, and then find your four market phases. All right. And then the goal is to anticipate, right? So if you look at a chart like this, you bring in your support and resistance, you find your four market phases, then your goal is to now anticipate the next move, all right? The next phase, let's say. All right, so Maria said buy, we would buy here, very good. Where is the next, let's do this. Where is the next resistance area? So we're moving forward now, we're right here, and now we're moving forward with price. So where is the next resistance area? What
25.50.
20 what, Jim?
25.50.
25.50. Okay, so right about here. Very good. Very good. That's resistance. And then where would support be? So resistance right here. Where would support be?
4.
20 what? 24? So 24 would be right in here. You guys agree or disagree? 24 would be right in here. Disagree or agree?
Agree.
Agree? All right. Anyone else? Agree or disagree?
I mean, I agree, because that's what I think you were trying to show me, that it's not, the more touches you see, that's the evidence that you've got the support, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now look here now. How about here? How about here now? Okay, look at this. So this area, is this an area here? Is this a tough area for price? Right, to move higher? Did the price stop here? Yes or no? Did the price stop moving higher here?
Yes.
Yes. All right, did it stop moving higher here and here? And down you
Yes.
can count. Yes. All right, did it stop moving lower here?
Yes.
Yes. It stopped moving lower here, right? Yes. So this is your area here. This is a tough area here. Remember, resistance becomes support. Tough area here, tough area here, tough area here. Yes, we could definitely have drawn it in here, right? At 24. All right. But if we just come down a bit, we bring in this price action in here, bring in that price action in here, bring in that price action in here. All right. So this could be near-term support. So good. All right. Near-term support, but this is a longer-term support. All right. So if sellers came in here, broke this support, right, we could have gotten out here. All right. And then worst case scenario, let's say it broke this support area here, right? It could have gotten us here. All right. So we can have several areas of support. All right. So good. So we can have near-term support, and then we can have a bit larger support. Okay, which is right here. But the important thing is this: when the price broke support, whether it's here or here, what happened to the price?
Kept going down.
It kept going down, right? So sellers are in control. All right, and we'll see this a lot of times where, you know, it might break this support here. It's not strong support, right? It might hold, then break a larger support, right? And you know, and with our trading systems that we trade, you'll see that, right? Where this is a larger support and it will get us out here, right? But the bottom line is protecting us from here. So that's the accumulation, markup, small markup, right? Distribution, markdown, and then we've got another support area right in here, right? Support, and we could move it down a little bit. It's not an exact science, okay? We just want to find those areas. So support and resistance right here. Here is where price stopped here. We have a bit of a floor here. We continue that over in here, a floor, definitely in here. All right. We don't count this. All right. So this area in here, right? Price breaks resistance, right? You see this? Another big candle, right? When you draw in your zones, you will find those candles, right? You will find those candles, right? Big candle come in, that's a big buyer, all right, to push that price up. That's the markup phase, right? Broke resistance, bought here. All right, where do we find let's find support first here. What price is support? We know it's in this area in here. All right, so what price is support? At what price? What price is support?
Around like 26.
So 26 right here is 26. So 26 right here.
Maybe a little higher.
A little higher. Okay, good. Good.
Yeah, it hits a few points right there.
Okay, so we'll find it right here. Here's really good support. All right. All right. So right here, right here. All right. Right in here. Right in here. All right. So that's pretty good support. And then resistance. What price is resistance? What price is
27.50.
27.50? Okay, so 28 is right here. Good job. 27.50 is right here. Okay, we don't count these points. You see here, these points up here. All right. All right. And if we count this right here, that's not enough. We're gonna go all the way across. Okay, so we're gonna count this here. All right. This is failed. It's failed. All right. Right. This is price is trying to move higher, failed. All right. New buyers were trying to come in, that failed. All right. Resistance in here. So we got really good resistance in here, really good support in here, right? Broke support. And now we would have gotten out here. So we would have bought on a break of resistance here and sold on a break of support right here. All right. Do we have any support and resistance here? Do we have any support and resistance here?
Doesn't seem like.
It doesn't seem like it. So what phase is this here? What phase is this? What phase is this here? If the price came down, broke support, that's the markdown phase, right? Even if it's a small phase, it's still a markdown phase. Okay. So, and if it's moving higher, then there has to be a support area, right? It's a small support area, but it is a small support area nonetheless, right? So support would be right here, right here. All right. And then resistance would be right here. All right. So this is where, go ahead. Someone had a question or a statement? Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay. So this would be our floor, our base, small accumulation, broke resistance. We would buy here, right? And now this is the markup phase. All right. This is the markup phase. So we would have bought here. Hold on. So we would have bought here, either close, exit here or here. All right. We would have waited. We would have bought here again, gotten out here. All right. So we'd have bought here, sold here, or sold here. We would have bought here and sold here. We would have been out during the markdown phase. We would have been out here, out of the trade here. We would have bought here on a break of this resistance, and we would hold it right here. All right. So you guys see how we can take a simple chart, right? That doesn't really show, that really shows just a lot of noise. We can bring in our support and resistance lines, right? And then we can now manage the price action a lot easier, right? A lot easier. Now, from here, what would we do? So this is now the markup phase, right? We bought here, it's in the markup phase. What's the next thing that we would do? What's the next thing? So if we in the trade here right now, right? What's the next thing to do?
Look for support.
Look for support. Okay, so look for support. So we would look for the price to consolidate a bit, right? Consolidate and then create, because we know it's not going to go up forever, right? So we'll have to wait to create some support. It will create support by consolidating like it did here and here, right? So we can anticipate that at some point in time, right, it will create new support and resistance. It tried here, but guess what? Price kept going up. It tried here, price kept going up. All right, it tried here, price kept going up, right? Big candles kept coming in, new buyers, right? But what phase? So when you guys do this, because you're going to start with an empty chart like this, right? An empty chart just like we did. And you want to go through, you want to go through this. And the reason why you want to do this is so that you can set up the next trade. All right. So let's say, for instance, this is the current trade here. This is the current trade and you guys are not in it, right? So let's say we are not in the trade. And we've done our homework, right? So we've done all our homework. We've brought in our support and resistance. We drew in where the trades, where we would have taken the trades and gotten out. And now this candle right here is right here, and we are looking to, we are monitoring it to enter to take a trade. All right, what would we do next? Yes, we would wait for support and resistance. But what else? What else? And this is a current trade here. So what else? What would we have to do? And we're going long. We're just going long up. We're not trying to short. So what would we wait for? Or just run me through the process. What would happen from here with price?
Look for it to start consolidating.
So it's going to start consolidating. And after it starts consolidating, what will happen, Jim?
Establish support and resistance.
So let's say it established support and resistance up here, and then it consolidates here. All right, then what will happen?
And it either breaks support or breaks down through resistance.
Very good. If it breaks resistance, what would we do?
Sell.
Huh?
Get out of the trade.
No. If it breaks resistance.
Oh, I'm sorry. You'd stay in the trade.
Stay in the trade. If it breaks support.
Then you sell.
Sell. Okay, very good. So let's say, for instance, in this case, it broke support and we would sell. So we would get out here, right? So we would have exited here. Now, what would, if we wanted to now, so now there is no trade, right? So we've closed our most recent trade here. So the market, you're not in it. You didn't trade this, right? We didn't trade this. We waited, right? So as new traders, right, we are anxious to jump in and get into the trade, but we're not doing that, right? We want to trade like professional traders, right? We want to be patient and we want the trade, the setup to come to us. So we noticed that, hey, it broke support. So we would draw in our lines to close it, right? Close the trade. So now if we wanted to get into the trade, we are waiting. What would we have to wait for now? For the price to do what? And our goal is to anticipate. The reason why this is important is we're anticipating. We're not guessing, we're anticipating, but we also go in with the price action. All right. So what if it breaks support, gives us a sell signal? All right. What should price do from here? What did it
Probably
do every
continue
time?
going down.
Continue going down. Very good. So let's say it came down. And that would be, what phase is that? It keeps going down like this.
Redistribution.
So markdown and then redistribution is every time it breaks support, right? And then what would happen? When do we enter? When do we start buying?
If it consolidates and you establish a new support and resistance, and then it breaks through resistance.
Very good. So we would wait for it to go through that markdown phase. It hasn't created any support, so we would wait for the price to consolidate. All right. Give us a support down in here, right? Hopefully it comes all the way back down like here, but let's say it comes down like this, right? Creates a support and resistance here, breaks, right? Breaks support, that's redistribution. And the whole time we're patiently waiting, and we want it to go through that redistribution phase so we can get a cheaper price, a lower price, right? And guess what? Let's say at some point in here, right? Right, it really consolidates, we get really good support, breaks resistance, then that's our buy signal here to now get in. All right, so let's say, for instance, you're watching the price action, right? And you miss the trade here. A lot of traders will do this, right? Especially new traders, right? Let's say, right, you miss this, you see this big move here happening here, and you didn't get in on that break of resistance right here. Don't chase it. Don't chase it. Let it go. Eventually it's going to, price will stop. It's going to consolidate just like it did here, right? Right. That trade is going to close, right? Let it go through its markdown phase. While it's in that markdown phase, that's when you guys should be getting ready. Not to enter, but just pay close attention to it. All right. And then as it forms, right, as it forms a new consolidation, all right, right, wait for the price to break resistance, and then we get in here. All right. Make sense? We're going to do one more here, one more. All right. I'll find an easy one. Easier. They're never easy, but easier. I want to do something here. Let's move it to, let's see if we can find. All right, we're going to try a smaller time frame. Oh. All right. All right. Let's start over here and we look at the prices here. Okay, so tell me at what price. All right, this is a 60-minute time frame. Where is our first support? First support at what price? First support.
240.
240. So 250 is here. So 240. Yep, support right down here. Good job. And then where is resistance?
About 248.
248. So on 250 right here. Very good. So here, that's your accumulation phase. We're not going to count this. All right. This is where the buyers came in. So we would have bought here. right? Now, where is support and resistance now? Or do we have any support and resistance? Do we have any support and resistance here? So we have pretty good support here and resistance here. So we entered here. Let me get a different color here. We entered here, right? We bought here. What do we do now?
Look like
It's a
anything really
tricky one.
solid in there.
It's what?
Doesn't look like anything really solid in there.
Okay, very good. So what do we do?
Fade or you hit your stop.
Very good. Okay, look here. So there's here, we bought here, it went up, and here. Jimmy's right. It's just moving down, right? No real movement, right? But guess what? It's holding support down here. So we don't get out. Remember, we're gonna sell on a break of buy on a break of resistance, which is here. We're gonna sell on a break of support. All right. Here is support down here. All right. Now it could have given us a sell signal down here to get out, because support resistance becomes support. But we're not going to go with that right now. We're going to say, hey, right, because that's not really strong support right here. We're going to call this support here strong support. So it held support. So price went up. This will happen. It kind of holds for a while, doesn't really, we don't have a lot of strong selling to come in to break through support. So it kind of held here. So this now becomes pretty good support. It held, right? And now it's moving higher. All right, so we would hold. All right, here is some support. We have some support right here. All right, we have some resistance right in here, some resistance. All right, this would have been reaccumulation, right? Held, right? If we bring that over, resistance becomes support. It held, it didn't break, right? It held, all right? Kept on going up. Same thing here, keeps holding, all right? Keeps holding all the way through here. All right. Now it could have given us a sell signal in here, right? Could have given us a sell signal in here. All right. But we're just going to say, hey, it never really collapsed, right? Kind of held, consolidated in here for a bit. And then now broke resistance right here, gapped up, broke resistance. And now we've got reaccumulation. All right. This area here would be now reaccumulation. And if we look here, all right, so here is support, came down. All right, so look here. All right, so if we look here, all right. All right, so price never really collapsed. All right, price now, yeah, I mean, we could have gotten out in here, but we still got higher lows, right? Higher lows, not perfect, higher lows along with the price. Okay, tough trading. This would have been tough trading. All right. Any questions on this? Any questions on this? Does this help? Did this help at all?
Yes, I have a question. aside from this.
Okay.
So I've been using like a demo account to trade, which hopefully I can start trading like my real money soon. I
Okay.
just don't understand the concept of like the lot size and stuff. And then so that way I can like make a risk management. I don't understand lot size.
Okay. Which brokerage are you using? Which brokerage firm?
MetaTrader.
MetaTrader. But you've traded, right, Maria? Have you traded it all live?
It was on HFX. It wasn't regular
Oh,
forex.
yeah. So, when you go into your platform, you should see units. You should see units, and you should see, so you can trade several different accounts, right? So with you, I would start up with a macro account. All right, so small account. All right, and select like 1,000 units.
So I just have like 3.00. I'm not sure what that means.
Does it show how many units?
Um,
It should show how many units you've got.
I can show you what I see.
Okay. It doesn't show, you don't see units on there?
No, it just says instant execution negative 0.1.01.
Okay. We can do any desk when we get off, and I can walk you through it. But
Okay.
you want to do what you want to do though is you want to do a macro account. Okay. So you want to do a small account. And
Okay.
you want to trade the minimum size lot.
Okay.
Okay. You're using MetaTrader 4, but who is the broker that you're with?
So I would probably do KOT forex. I haven't needed to connect it yet because I haven't had to
Okay.
fund it.
Okay. So you're not live yet. Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah, we can get off. Yeah. Maybe offline I can help you with that.
Okay.
Was
thank
that
you.
was that the only question?
Yeah.
Okay. And you've been practicing.
Right. So I've been taking like trades on the demo. When it comes to the settings on exactly like unit wise, I've just been leaving it at whatever it is. And then I just see if I was right or not.
Okay. Well, I'm referring to, have you been practicing joining your
Oh, yeah.
lines?
Yeah.
All right. How does it have you improved?
Yeah, I would say I'm at like 70 or 80% on like my wins on the demo.
70 to 80%.
Yeah, I've been winning most of them and then I mark up on TradingView.
Wow. Guys, you hear that? That's pretty cool. And this is on your demo account, right?
On the demo, yeah.
And you're joining your lines.
Yep.
Okay. And you're waiting for the trades.
Right. So I try to go when the market, just because I don't have your trading system yet.
Mhm.
But I'm just trying to go in times when the market is most volatile.
Okay.
So that's what I've been trying to do.
Okay. All right. 70 to 80%. Good job. Guys, Maria did an amazing job when we gave her some homework. I gave her some homework to do. Just kind of like what we did. And then I don't have a copy of it right here, but I have it saved, but next time, probably next week, I'll bring it in for you guys to see. All right. It's pretty cool what she did. So if she said she's batting 70 to 80% with a demo trade, I definitely believe it. All right. Once you go live, it might not be that high because now you're talking real money, right? But even if you're doing, 50%, 60%, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
right. So good job with that. Good job. Kawisi, you had a question for me?
Yeah, but I can wait. It can wait till next week. I thank you though.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You have a question? I hate waiting. I hate
Oh,
it would bother me, right? It would just bother me all
I
week.
hear. Oh, I thought no, we don't want that. We don't want that then.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Real quickly, can you go to your, do you mind going to your slide about the main support and resistance slide? It just shows the support and resistance.
Okay.
You had asked you had asked me a question, I don't know, maybe it was like a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
And at the top, you pointed to the top. And I think I answered right. In fact, I'm pretty sure I know I answered wrong where I said the sellers, but the correct answer was supposed to be the buyers. The buyers are in the market when it's at the resistance line. That's my
Okay.
question.
All right. So they're always buyers, right? They're always buyers and sellers, right? Throughout, right? So you'll have buyers that are sitting here, right? At resistance, right? And sellers. And then you also have buyers and sellers that are sitting here at support. Okay. When the price breaks resistance, that's when we know that the buyers are in control. We've got more buyers than sellers.
And my follow-up question, now that you brought that up, was does that have to happen twice for determination to be made, or is there an amount of times, like what when it breaks, the amount of times it needs to break that resistance to make a determination on whether it's going up or down?
That's a good question, right? So what will happen, and this is why when we're trading, we're constantly testing, right? I like to say as traders, we're not really trading, we're testing. We're testing these different levels here. All right. So you could have, and I know this looks exact right here, but it's not always exact. Just like you guys saw in the examples, right? We might have a candle pop up like this and then come back down. All right. And then we might have it where it comes down a little lower here. And, so it's not perfect. What we're looking for is for a big break. All right. So we want a big candle. And so a small candle, right? A small candle, I wouldn't pay a lot of attention to that, right? When our systems give a buy signal, it's usually on a big candle. All right. So we want real confirmation, right? We want a big candle breaking out. What that tells us is that the buyers are convinced, right? They're ready to move. They're tired of sitting at this price. Let's say it's $100, and now they're ready to move that price higher. All right. The way we know that they're ready and determined to move the price higher is by how long that candle is. Okay. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Crystal clear. Thank you so much, David.
Yeah,
I
you're
really
welcome.
appreciate you.
Yeah. So we're always waiting for, if you guys notice when we were going through the charts, right, we would join our support and resistance, and it just so happened right when we drew our resistance line, we would find that a big candle came in. All right. So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the big candle. That's confirmation that the buyers are now in control, and then we would buy, right? Sometimes we might buy, in the middle of the candle, right? Sometimes we'll wait for that candle to close. All right. Sometimes, you might wait for another candle to form, but, we just know that it's cleared. The buyers have cleared that area, and now they're ready to move the price higher. Same thing for support, right? We need a big sellers to come in, all right, to now tell us now that the selling, the sellers are in control. All right. So yes, we just want, because we see a big candle, big buyers to come in. Okay. So hold on 1 second here, and then we'll be done. We'll be done. 1 second here. Like right here. Here's a good example. All right, right here. Good example. Right here. Right here. So if we look here. So here is pretty good resistance right here. Pretty good resistance right here. Really good support right here. All right. So support, resistance. You see, you see here, we don't have big candles coming in, right? Small candles here. All right. Right. And then look what happened. Big candle came in here, right? See how that big candle came in, this candle right here, right? And now, right? Now the buyers are in control, right? Okay, so we got small candles here, little build up, but no serious buying, not until here. All right, so yeah. All right, guys, practice this. All right, practice this. Even if you guys are not trading, do like Maria is doing, right? She's been demo trading, practicing this, right? Draw in your support and resistance lines, right? If, let's say, down the road you guys decide to automate that process, right? Doing this type of homework, doing this, right? You can trade with this just like this, right? But now if you want to really take it to the next level, have it where, you have it being drawn automatically, okay, like we do here, like we do here, then you'll have a lot more practice, a lot more knowledge, and it just makes it easier. All right. So like here, right? So if you draw it in manually and you practice doing it manually, if you do have a process where it brings in your support and resistance automatically for you, guess what? It just makes it a lot easier. Okay, so practice doing your support and resistance, right? Practice those markup phases, markdown phases, right? Accumulation, right? Accumulation, markup. Look at Kawisi, look at that big candle here, breaking resistance right here, big candle, markup, right? Broke support right here, exit, bought here, sold here. All right, so practice. All right, guys, thanks. I think this is good. This is good practice. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, talk to you guys later. Good job, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.